I promise, guys. Okay, now we are live.
Oh, no.
So we are just waiting on Bree, but hello to everybody who is watching. Welcome to the Christmas in July readathon live show. Christmas in July-athon live show. Here's Bree. Hey, Bree, we're twinning.
I always go to Safari, and I have to do it on Chrome.
Oh, just remember, it only works on Chrome?
Yeah, mine only works on Chrome.
I always use Chrome, so I don't
I
know.
was able to like go into our message and copy it, and then I had to come over to Chrome.
Got it. Well, you guys, I'm so janky. Okay, because my daughter had a bull in a china shop day and spilled coffee all over my computer, so the speaker doesn't work. Like I can only hear this way. Then she broke one earphone, and so I am like over here looking like a mess, but I can hear you guys, and we've got some people watching. So let's go ahead and start. My name is Chloe. You are here on my channel, Always Book. And so tonight we have 3 booktubers and 3 bookstagrammers. Well, Bree has kind of switched, so now she's a bookstagrammer, but we are just bringing both worlds together. So some of these bookstagrammers, is it your first time on a live show?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So excited. Okay. Well, let's just go around and introduce ourselves. Say your Instagram name or BookTube name or whatever, and we'll just start there. So, Angela, you're right next to me on mine, so go for it.
Sure. I am Angie from Angela Reads Books.
Awesome.
I'm Lauren from Bookstore.
Cool. Sarah, we'll snake around.
Sarah from Steeped in Books.
Awesome.
I'm Laura from Watch Read Next Podcast.
Cool.
And I'm Bree from, a few places.
We all know Bree.
Sarah, I love your red lipstick.
Right?
I know. Sarah, you're just looking good. I like it.
Do
it again.
I'm at home all the time. I have no reason to dress up anymore, so I figured, what the heck?
Yeah.
Right. You should have seen me like 2 hours ago. I put on makeup at like 5:30, so not been looking great. So how is everyone's Christmas in July-athon going? Have you been reading a lot? Have you been watching movies? We've got a couple people in, so just go ahead and tell me what your favorite thing you've read for this Christmas in July-athon has been, or watched, read or watched.
I just finished Miracle Creek Christmas. It's actually a book coming out in 2020. I want to say October. And I think there was a reason why I didn't read the books that I had left for 2019, because I was just DNFing all of them.
No.
But this one was so sweet, so tender. It is definitely a no steam. I think they might have kissed.
Who's it by?
I think we have that one.
Hold on.
It's Kristen
Jensen.
Okay. Yeah, I have that one. You liked it, Angela?
I loved it. Did you read it?
I have it. I need to read it.
Yeah.
You have it on NetGalley or where?
It's on
But, yeah,
Is it
NetGalley. It's a smaller pub, Shadow Mountain Pub. I actually have never heard of them. I don't know if others have, but it really was so sweet. It gave me all of the feels, and the hero, he was the most cinnamon roll hero ever. He was kind of a he was a firefighter, and he got hurt and in a fire and was kind of disfigured, and so explored that a little bit, and he was just so sweet. So I loved it.
Awesome. Hold on, before we keep going, can we figure out who's echoing? Is it, I don't know, does somebody have YouTube open at the same time?
No, not me.
No.
Somebody just told us we're echoing, and I'm not sure how.
Yeah, I can hear it. I don't know what I do.
Somebody said they can't wait till Katie Roberts' new book comes out on the 30th. I've never read a Katie Roberts. I think I'm like food for it. Bree's laughing.
I didn't know she had a Christmas book.
Right?
I didn't either.
Oh,
Something to do with Santa Claus, I'm sure.
like it's gonna be her gift for July.
Oh yeah.
We're on to you, Heather.
It's HEA Booktubes. Do you know what it's about? Hopefully she'll answer in the comment and let us know what it's about. But okay, Laura, what's been the best thing you've read or watched this readathon?
So I read a recommended for you by Laura Silverman, which is set in a bookstore in a mall by two Jewish main characters doing a week-long Christmas prank of selling as many books as possible. So if you love bookstore side, stories set in bookstores, this one is just for you. I love that they spend Christmas Day together, eating Chinese food, and talking about how they were going to spend it. So it was really cute. And there's a lot of diversity about access and disability, economic diversity, just pretty much it was just a really diverse, really good book.
Cool. Awesome. Laura, what about you?
Okay, first I want to know what Angela's drinking. It's like a glass.
Just have some wine.
Nice.
Just wine.
That sounds delicious.
It looks delicious. I was just like the glass is like a fishbowl. It was like, what is she drinking? Oh, okay, now I can see it better. I like Holiday Still Christmas. It's kind of an anthology. It has four stories with Sarah Queen, Sophie Jordan, and forget the other lady. Joanna Shue.
Okay.
But I like all different stories. The first one about Sophie Jordan had a little more skin for us, but the characters fit into that as well. So, but the first two are my favorite. I think this is the first two. And it's Tessa was a good choice. And Sam is like my favorite so far. But yeah, I would definitely recommend that one.
Good ones. Sarah, what about you?
Christmas Wish by Tilly Tennant that came out last year. And it was the cutest book ever. Her grandmother passes away, but buys tickets for the two of them to go to Lapland for the holidays. So she goes without her grandmother, and she's just broken up with this real jerk face, and she meets a guy while she's there. And it was sweet and cute and made me want to go to Finland. I was like researching how much it would cost my husband and I to go. And like, can we do this once the travel ban is lifted? But yeah, it was a really, really great romance. If you want a sweet, cute little book, it's definitely Tilly Tennant. She does some great Christmas books.
Yeah, I just read that one, that Waffle House.
The Waffle House.
Yeah.
I read that one too. This one was better.
Really?
Yes.
Gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Bree, what about you? What have you watched or read?
What have I watched? Because I haven't read anything. I've been watching Hallmark movies, guys.
Woohoo!
So they showed one of my favorites from like 2012. It's called Christmas with Molly. And I was really happy to see that because I feel like the old ones, they don't really play that often. So I was really happy that I caught that. And it's just, my reading's been crazy. I've been kind of in a slump and doing school. So like having Christmas in July on TV has been really helpful. But now that I'm like, my slump is gone, I'm going to start, I have a Megan Squires Christmas. It's called an Heirloom Christmas. And I didn't get to that one last year, so I'm going to read it this weekend.
Cool. I have kind of like failed at Christmas and July-athon. I've read three things. I read two by Jessica Redlin that are a part of a series. I don't know what the series is called, but the books are Christmas at Carly's Cupcakes, and then Christmas over the Chocolate Pot Cafe, or Starry Skies over the Chocolate Pot Cafe. And there's 6 and 7 in a series. And I would love to read the whole series because it's about this street and all these like small town businesses and that kind of stuff. But I felt like neither of them, like Christmas at Carly's Cupcakes was pretty Christmassy, but the other one was not. And then I also read Snow Bride by Debbie McComber like yesterday. And that was not Christmassy at all. And so it's like so many Christmas books, I like go in wanting like all the feels and get nothing. And so
I ran into that issue last year. Like I was reading all these like Christmas books and I was like, I would finish them and I'm like, this didn't really feel Christmassy. Like Christmas would happen at the end of the book.
Yeah, or it's like one scene, big deal.
Yeah.
The last one on my TBR though is a Richard Paul Evans, and I really, really like him. So hopefully it'll be a good one. I don't know. We'll see.
You should
Well,
bring the feels.
What'd you say?
I said he should bring the feels for sure.
I hope so. Come on. If not, have you guys read the Donna Van Leer Hope series? I think that's what it's called. No, they're all small, like 150, 200 something page books. And they're all just so sweet and Christmassy and wonderful. I love them. So maybe I'll pick up one of those because there's like 9 books in the series and I've only read 6 or so. So maybe. But okay, let's get into our questions from Instagram and that kind of stuff. The first one we got was, what time of year do you start to read Christmas books? So obviously we're doing this in July, but normally when do you start?
September.
Really?
Yeah, September.
Really?
That's when they start coming out. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
publishers will start sending them in September.
That's right.
What about you guys?
So I'm November, December for me. Like it needs to be cold just to feel that Christmas spirit and knowing that there's like Christmas trees outside. So November, December.
Oh, Laura.
I know.
You live in Chicago, so you get the cold.
Yeah, I get the cold.
Yeah, you could do September and probably still have cold.
Yeah.
I'll do a few in October, and then I really hit it hard November, December. Because I kind of want to get some of those like fall books in, some of my like cowboys. I just feel like fallish books. So I gotta pace myself a little bit.
Wait, so Angie, did you say fall means cowboys for you?
Yeah, and summer.
Okay.
Summer and
I've never heard that, but that sounds like a good thing.
Yeah.
Time for a cowboy.
Yep.
I mean, cowboys are like all year round, but
See, I used to feel like my fall reading had to look a certain way, but now I don't know. It feels like fall and winter reading just kind of go together. I don't know. I'm weird.
Yeah.
after year means cowboys, yes.
I used to be like hardcore, wait for Thanksgiving to start any like reading or any Christmas stuff. And it's just too short. I mean, so now I start after Halloween and it's a full on battle in my house because my husband's still like, no, wait till Thanksgiving. And I'm like, I need at least 6 weeks.
See, Chloe, just tell them that you're doing it for Canadian Thanksgiving and that is your Columbus Day.
There you go.
So, just say you're celebrating Canadian Thanksgiving and you're going to start decorating.
There's so many things that I feel like Canadian holidays are just more convenient for my life. So I really want to move to Canada. Because like that would be awesome. Have Canadian Thanksgiving and then
Start
Christmas
decorating.
Day. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So Laura, what about you? When do you start?
I'll start humming the Christmas songs around June. But mostly reading books. It's July, November, December. And I never read enough in December, so it's almost like spills over to January. Maybe sometimes I'm trying to finish that TBR. Everybody's like, spring love, and I'm like, no, we're reading the Christmas books. But yeah, usually November, December, and maybe a future over January.
Yeah. Laura, your audio is cutting out. I don't know if your mic is something. I don't know. But we heard most of it, I think.
Okay. So sorry.
Somebody in the comments, Gretchen, said football is fall, and I agree. I am all about like sports romances. I like baseball in the spring and football in the fall. So I really hope we have football this fall.
I know.
Could be a weird fall. Yeah, I know. If we do, it will not look the way it normally does, but so it goes. Okay, so next question. Why do you like Christmas books or movies or whatever?
Ooh. Ooh. I mean, I just like love Christmas to begin with. I love everything about it. I love the food, the fun drinks, the decorating, the coziness. I guess I have a lot of positive memories around Christmas. And so I think reading Christmas books kind of evokes all of that for me.
Yeah. Feels like Christmas cheer is what somebody in the comments said.
Yes.
Bree, you have Bree and maybe Sarah too. Do you guys have Christmas lights in your house all year? Bree, didn't you say you do?
I do.
Inside? I love that. So we did at our old house.
Guys.
What'd you say?
And Halloween.
Nice.
Orange
Put
light.
the Halloween stuff up.
I love it. We did in our old house just because we were too lazy to take them down, and then we moved in February, and we were like, well, I guess I won't put them back up until this fall, but they might stay up afterwards.
Yeah, for
My
us,
first
like,
apartment.
for the kids to like sit, like hang out and watch movies. I don't like a bunch of like big lights on, so I just
Yeah.
put them up nicely and plug them in, so it, little
Yep.
ambiance.
Yeah, it's so cozy.
Yeah.
I love it.
I kept a Christmas tree up all year one year.
You did?
Yeah, my first apartment I ever had when I was out on my own. I'm like, nobody's telling me when to take down the Christmas tree.
This is cool.
I took all the decorations off of it and I just left the lights on.
Perfect.
I love that.
Why not?
I have a teacher from high school that I still am friends with on Facebook, and she has, I forget what she calls it, but like a holiday tree, and she somehow has ornaments for every month of the year, and so she keeps it up, and like in August she puts like all school supplies and stuff on it, and she does like every holiday, and she just keeps it up. I love that idea. But I have no idea where she got all the stuff for it though. I don't know. Somebody else, why do you like Christmas books or movies?
So I'm a bit of a late bloomer when it comes to Christmas books. Like, I started my podcast with a Christmas episode, and I only read one Christmas book. So
Wait a minute, Laura.
it was just like,
What book was it, Laura?
and next for Christmas, Lauren Lane's Christmas book. So I love Lauren Lane. And I was like, well, she has a Christmas book, so I guess I'm gonna read that. And so, like, most of the time, reads a lot of Christmas books. She loves it. So she was like, we're gonna talk about Christmas books, and I was like, I only want one book. So every year, I'm like, I add new books to TBR. Like, I discovered Sarah Morgan, and so I read her books, and they were perfect, and then I discovered like some of the Christmas books from forever, and so I've been adding those. And so slowly but surely, like over July, I was surprised that I read already a couple Christmas books, and I'm like, how did this happen? So.
Yeah. I love doing it, like especially in July, because I live in Kansas, and like today it was seriously like 110 degrees with the heat index, and so to read about Christmas is like, it feels so far away and so like not what we're living, but it's so nice to kind of escape into Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a
I
lot.
don't know. I just think it's such a happy time. So I don't know. Like, I try to take full advantage. Like, as soon as publishers start sending those books, I'm just reading it, because like you said, before you know it, it's
Yeah.
and so I don't know, it just feels like such a happy time. Everybody's nice to each other. So yeah.
sort of
But
something like that.
I really want those ones like we talked about a little bit ago. A lot of them don't feel Christmassy. So like
I
I'm
know.
always looking for that book that like makes me feel like it's the winter. I can smell the hot chocolate, like really descriptive, but we don't see that a lot. So hopefully this year, maybe this year.
Yeah, the more atmospheric, the better.
Well, the thing that I find, well, especially living where I live, where we get the snow 6 months of the year, at least that's the way it feels, is that Christmas is like the very beginning of winter. We still have 3-4 months of actual snow, but you see so few books actually set in winter. They're like only set in Christmas and all of a sudden spring.
Yeah.
Like that's you're missing a good. You know, I love the Christmas stuff because it's just such a cool time, and even to carry it after the holidays, it's just kind of nice to continue when it's so dark, and so dreary, and so you don't have anything to look forward to. You know,
Yeah.
And it's too cold to go outside and do anything. And
right?
yeah. Yeah. I feel like too with Christmas, like the anticipation of Christmas and the build up to it is like the best part. The actual day is great too, but like the whole like October, November, December is like the best part. And so let's start it early.
I used to sad on actual Christmas.
Me too. It's like I'm sad it's over while it's happening.
And post-Christmas depression is real. Like when they play the last Hallmark movie of the year, I think they go until like December 31st. Like once that last Hallmark movie plays and it goes back to Golden Girls at night, like my like soul feels so heavy. I'm like,
Yeah.
I will say though, Angela, like this is the first year that like after Christmas I kept watching. Usually I'm like, well, I don't watch Hallmark until Christmas, but like this year I was like, I'm gonna just keep watching. And then COVID kicked in and they played Christmas movies in like March and then stopped, and then they've been doing Christmas in July. So
They did it in March, like just to
but
make
they did
people
it when
happy.
COVID kicked off because
Yeah.
people on Facebook like, can you play Christmas movies? We're stuck at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
it was like exactly what I needed in March because I was like in the fetal position, just like
What's going on? Yeah.
I kind of still am, but not as bad.
Yeah. Do you guys watch the Christmas Story on Christmas Day on TBS?
It's so good.
Yes. And that too, it's like the last time it starts to play, I'm like, I won't watch this for a year.
Last year was my first time watching the entire movie.
Really?
Yeah. I've seen like
Wow.
the part where his tongue gets stuck to the pole. Like
Yeah.
actually watching the whole thing first time was last year. And it's
Yeah.
so good.
Ginger in the comments said the beginning of January is like morning. It really is. But are you guys the type that like December 26th it all comes down, or when do you take your stuff down? You're not? I am because I'm like depressed and don't want it in my face that I can't celebrate anymore.
So I come from Puerto Rico, so we celebrate Christmas like all the way till mid-January. Like because we have Three Kings Day after January 5th, and then there's the Sebastian Street Festival. So there's 8 days after that, and then there's like more festivals. So they're basically celebrate Christmas pretty much all the way to January. Like I think it's like at the end of January, like the trees don't get burned until February 1st. That's how long extended Christmas time is.
Wow.
That's cool.
Christmas Day is actually the first day of Christmas. There are 12 days of Christmas, and the last day is on Epiphany. So you got to at least go to Epiphany.
Yeah.
That's my standard. But
We have so
Buy
many justifications.
I'll buy it.
no, that's real. That's real. That's true.
Another reason I think I belong in Canada. Sarah, don't you guys do Boxing Day?
Yeah, we do Boxing Day on the 26th, so it's a stat holiday for us.
Okay. And what do you do on Boxing Day?
I have an the foggiest idea. 41 years old and I have no idea. Joke used to be is that I can remember my dad always saying, "Oh, it's when we throw out all the Christmas boxes that all the stuff came in."
Oh, fun.
It's an extra. I think it's an extra holiday for us because you guys get the day after Thanksgiving. Like Black Friday is a stat in the States. We only have the one day for that. That's I don't know. I don't know what it is. It goes back to something, some person, some Canadian. I don't know. I get a day off work. That's all I know.
Yep.
Because I never understood. Like you guys, like the next day you're back to work. I'm like, what the heck? You don't
I
get a day to
agree.
recoup.
I agree. I wish everybody had like the week from Christmas to New Year's off. Like I wish that was just a whole holiday week.
That was my old job. We shut down on the 24th and we didn't come back until January 2nd.
That is awesome.
And I'm going to so miss that.
I know. Yeah, that is hard to go back. That makes the buzzkill even harder.
Right?
Okay, so
They shut down for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And so I'm going back to work.
Wow. Jealous.
2 weeks. I'm going back to work. And he's on the PlayStation at home.
Let me get my chart.
Okay, so let's do a couple more Instagram questions and then we'll start recommendations. So, what is your favorite Christmas drink or snack? Bree, what kind of strudel were you making?
Oh, just one of them toaster strudel.
I thought you were like baking, like full on holiday baking.
And they don't eat them, so I'm like putting them in there, putting all the sauce. Christmas drink. It's like, you know what? I love. It's not really Christmassy, but I love Dunkin' Donuts hot chocolate.
Is that year round? Is it available year round?
It is, but I like save it for our colder months.
Yeah. So, okay, on that, what are your hot chocolate topping preferences? Marshmallows, candy canes, cinnamon, or nothing?
I don't put nothing on it.
Yeah, me either.
I like a frozen scoop of Cool Whip.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I have to try that.
Okay, somebody else. Favorite snack or drink?
The Starbucks peppermint white mocha.
Have I tried?
Also
it?
sounds good.
I think I've tried.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
shortbread,
an
all the
eggnog
shortbread.
person. As soon as eggnog is in the grocery store, it is in my cart.
Yeah.
I have eggnog so often. I love eggnog.
Do you spike it or drink it plain? Or
I
both?
just drink it plain.
Yeah.
Actually, I dilute it with milk because it's just a little too thick for me. So I'll do like 2/3 eggnog, 1/3 milk to like thin it.
Cool. I am lactose intolerant, and so I had never like had eggnog. And then a couple years ago, I found a recipe that like you can make with almond milk or whatever. And that's probably my favorite too, is the homemade eggnog. Oh,
Yes. So I like Dunkin' Donuts hot chocolate, but Starbucks makes like this gingerbread loaf. And that's
Yes.
Right.
Oh,
gingerbread loaf.
Mm-hmm.
all the sweetbreads are the bomb.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
banana bread, all that. It's like fall. That's fall baking, I think.
Kayla said she tried eggnog last Christmas and loved it. She's been missing out.
The Canadian came through. Sarah, do you want to tell us what Boxing Day is?
I looked it up. It was the UK. I knew it was something weird.
Interesting. What's it about? Is it? I thought it was about like something like that was the day the servants had to celebrate because they were like.
I think that's what it was, and then it was celebrated throughout the British Empire. So because we are still a part of the colonies, we still have that holiday.
Okay. Cool. It's an extra day off.
That's right. I'll take it.
Yep. Anybody else? Snacks, drinks?
Yeah, like I don't even cook a big meal on Christmas, y'all.
I don't either.
Oh, I do.
You do?
Yeah. We do turkey, of course, at Thanksgiving, and then my fiance is more of a ham person, so I've started making ham and like cheesy potatoes. And this past year I did a pot roast, and that was really good.
See, you know how in the States, like Christmas is the one day Walmart closes. I always need something.
It never fails.
Every year, I'm like, we can't even go to the store.
That's funny. I don't cook like at all on Christmas. We either go to my parents or like, I think we used to do Christmas Eve Mexican food just because, I don't know. It's like after Thanksgiving, you have Thanksgiving leftovers for so long.
You're
and then
over
like, I don't want the traditional food.
We do the same. We do like tamales. All have like and dessert. It's just a hodgepodge meal. It's not really.
So we have a woman named Ginger in the comments, and she said she goes to Starbucks and gets the gingerbread loaf and the gingerbread latte, and they joke. They think she's joking when she orders, and she says her name's Ginger.
That's adorable. I love it.
That is hilarious.
I love it.
Okay, so let's see. What are other questions, or should we just go ahead and start? Well, let's do one more. Your favorite like family tradition for Christmas or whatever.
Watching the National Lampoon Christmas television.
Yeah.
It's never not funny. And I grew up watching it with my parents, and now we watch it at home. So,
do you do it on Christmas or Christmas Eve or when?
Christmas Day. Yeah, I'll do it Christmas Day.
Yeah. And do you guys get like dressed up for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, or do you stay in sweats? That's what we do too. My in-laws are like, come in your Sunday best, and I'm like, wait, what? I have to put on pants?
Yeah. Relax.
Yeah, no. Gotta do the stretchy pants.
Keeping on my leggings and my Hallmark shirt.
Exactly. So, what are other family or holiday traditions?
We watch While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman.
Brie?
I haven't seen it. I just learned, Angela and Chloe, last year that was a Christmas movie.
Yeah. You need to get on that. Like, you should watch that right now. Is it on Netflix or anything?
It's. I think it's on something.
It's got to be streaming somewhere.
It is our family favorite. We like quote it all year round.
You know what became a favorite in just like the last couple of years? I had never watched The Holiday until somebody on BookTube was like, you should watch The Holiday. And I did. And like this lady from work bought it for me and everything. And I was like, oh, this is so good.
It is so good.
They've been doing The Holiday lately on E, I think. Like a couple weekends ago. I was like, oh, I can watch it, in the background. So it's kind of like this is a good movie. This is a John.
Yeah, I just did that video of my favorite like Christmas movies, and I like am craving them all so bad. So I watched some of the Family Stone, which I like that one a lot. And yeah, there's a lot of good Christmas movies. We always, my parents also always got us our own pair, like a new pair of Christmas pajamas on Christmas Eve every night. And so we would do that. And this year with Ainsley, I did that with her. And then I tried to find 25 Christmas books. So every day of December, we could read a new book. And I did it. And then I just put them away because she's only 2, so she won't remember them. So we'll do it again this year.
That's awesome.
Once she gets older, though, I don't know how I'm going to make that work. Because that could get pricey. Somebody said their family goes around and talks about their favorite Christmas memories. That would be fun.
That's nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
Lizzie says she has a lampoon of Christmas because of the cat. Yeah.
Rudolph rules.
I try to watch those old school cartoons. I have some.
I love those.
I got to do better because it feels like every year it comes and goes, and I'm like, I didn't watch any this year, but
my attention span is not great, but like those are really nice to just have on in the background. They're very like nostalgic.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Brown for the tree.
The original Grinch. I am
The original. I agree.
original Grinch.
Yeah.
See,
not the
I'm
Jim Carrey.
controversial. I like the Jim Carrey version the best, but I never really watched the original that much as a kid, so I think it's just not got that like nostalgia for me.
And the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah. So that leads into a next one. Does anybody have a favorite adaptation? Like either a book to movie or a movie to book?
Oh.
Tough one, huh?
It is tough because, like, I think most of the Hallmark movies are probably adapted from books.
I think they are.
They are.
Probably.
I think Bagel.
Yes.
Honestly, I think the Muppet Christmas Carol. Go ahead and laugh at me, but it's the Christmas Carol is one of my favorite holiday books, and they did it so well. Like lines from the book, you know what I mean? Like the
Muppets, man, they nailed
so
it.
well done.
Yeah. I love Christmas with the Cranks, and it's based on Skipping Christmas by John Grisham.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that one, I am a Tim Allen fangirl for sure, but I love that movie. I think it's so funny.
So Hallmark remade Dashing Through the Snow by Debbie Maycomber, which was my first romance novel.
Really?
Yeah. And I finally watched the movie last year, and I think they did a really good job.
Good. Okay. Does anybody else have an adaptation they love? No? Okay, let's start with recommendations. It could be books or movies, but let's try to do 3 each. So Angie, you go first.
3. Should I start with 1 or do both of them?
Do all 3.
Okay, I have to pull out my phone because that's where I wrote it down.
Okay.
So 3 books that I love. This one is kind of all bundled together, but the Reindeer Falls novellas by Janet Aston. I read those last year. There's 3 novellas, and they are so cute. I breezed through them. A Wedding in December by Sarah Morgan. That one. And my favorite cowboy Christmas is Once Upon a Christmas Cowboy, or A Cowboy Christmas by Soraya M. Lane. And it's part of a series. It's so good. And then for movies, I did 3 Hallmark movies. I have some other favorites, but I just thought I would focus on Hallmark movies because I'm obsessed with Hallmark movies. And so my 3 favorite Hallmark Christmas movies are A Very Merry Mix-Up, A Boyfriend for Christmas, and The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. Like, nice. I own those 3. I watch them multiple times every Christmas. They're so good.
Yeah. Yay. I feel like I need to. We don't have cable or anything, so I can't get Hallmark, but can you subscribe to just Hallmark? Is there a Hallmark streaming?
It's a bit friendly. It's like $6 a month.
Friendly? Okay.
FRNDLY, like friendly without the vowels.
Okay. And does that just have Hallmark, or what does? I guess I can look into it, but
Yeah, it has all 3 Hallmark channels, and I think it has UPTV or Up TV, whatever it is.
okay, yeah,
Other randoms.
Nice.
cool. Okay, Laura, what are your recommendations?
Okay. I'm going to say probably it's still Christmas, the one I just read. My drink, what gets me, it's another one with stories. It's YA stories, kind of, so it's a little more on the sweeter side. And New Comic Christmas. That one's by Debbie Vincent. I really like that one.
Can you type them in the chat too, so we can see what I missed a couple of them. Let's see. We need like music. We need like.
Where's Laura go? You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I went with This Is Not Christmas Day to the End.
Yes.
And You by Jill Shell.
Yes.
I liked how Christmas was at the end and how she wrapped up the story with the brother.
Yes.
And then, y'all, this is like one of my favorite romances. And I don't reread a lot, but I reread this book.
Yes.
Love it.
You're reading my mind, Bree.
I love Sarah Morgan.
This was the last Christmas romance I read last year, and I remember getting to it, and I was like, finally, like this was the book that gave me Christmas feels, and it's The Claus in Christmas by Rachel Boyd.
Ooh.
I love this. I loved it.
I think I picked that up from KU. I plan to read that this month.
It's good.
Bree, you just got busted out in the comments. Wow, Bree mentioned Jill Shalvis. We're shocked.
If me and Sarah are anywhere, like she's got
Right?
name dropped.
I
Like,
don't know if I've
just
ever read one.
Jill. It's just Jill, right? We just
Yeah.
go by Jill.
First name. Oh, Laura interviewed her and stuff.
Okay.
I know.
She has written $100. I don't know how, but she's written $100.
Wow.
And we got a Christmas role coming up in November. Not that I'm promoting.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Yeah.
Exactly.
Love it. Okay, Sarah, what are your recommendations?
May the 8th. Last year I read Cowboy Christmas Redemption, which I love, part of the Gold Valley series. Cowboy Christmas, you're just checking all the boxes for me. The Christmas Sisters by Sarah Morgan. Love that one. I love The Wedding in December as well, but I love The Christmas Sisters. And I'm going to agree with Bree and second Wrapped Up in You. That was probably my favorite out of all of the Heartbreaker Bay series was that one. I loved it. Just something about Christmas at a taco truck. I don't know what it is. And and for movies, I already set them up. It's Christmas Carol. For me, funnily, this has absolutely nothing to do with Christmas, but my favorite movie that I watch every year is Gone with the Wind. I rewatch it on Boxing Day every year, all 18 hours of it or however long it is. And Die Hard. Die Hard. Yeah. You gotta watch Die Hard every Christmas.
What show is that in Friends, or what show is that where they're like talking about Die Hard as a Christmas movie? Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no.
No? Okay, never mind. We'll move on. Okay, Laura, what are your recommendations?
So one book that I recently read was In a Holiday by Christina Lauren. That comes out in October. It's a Christmas Groundhog Day. It's like they just kind of like going back in time. So there's a little time travel. So that was good. Mangoes and Mistletoe by Adriana Herrera, which is a great British baking show with Dominican flavors and just one bed. So if you like that trope, that's one of those. And this might be controversial because I know Angela was pissed about this, but I love Alaskan Christmas. Even though it does not have a lot of Christmas, it was just so cute. It's so cute. I love the Alaska setting. So
Yeah.
I did not love that one.
Which Last Christmas?
Huh?
What's it called?
And the Last Christmas, but Jennifer Snow. It came out last year. It's the Carlin title.
Okay.
Oh, that one was a book club pick, and then I didn't get to it, but that's interesting. One of you loves it, one hates it, so I'll have to read it.
Yeah.
I went in wanting Christmas, and then there was like none. So
Yeah,
You are
so
correct on that. Yeah.
I am currently reading Christmas in Alaska by Debbie McComber. It's got the 2 short stories, and neither, well, they're like 2 novellas maybe, and neither are Christmassy at all. So this cover, like, is so cute, but it freaked me out because neither Christmassy at all.
God, you guys. Debbie Makeover has one of my favorite Christmas books too. It's called 12 Days of Christmas. Have you read that one?
Yep.
I love that one.
Oh, I
Yeah,
need to
me
check that
too.
one out.
Me too. Yeah, that's a good one. She's got Merry and Bright. Have you read that one?
I haven't read that one either.
Yep, that one's good. And The Perfect Christmas. That one's good too. She's got a lot of really good ones, but then it seems like when she like goes to the Alaska thing, she like loses it. I feel like every book.
I'm curious to see whether this one will actually be, Christmassy.
I didn't like that one.
Mm-mm.
Me either.
Sorry, Sarah.
no.
Sorry.
Yes. So good luck, Sarah.
Good luck with that.
I read that right after I read what is it? The one where The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna.
Yes.
And that one is so good at the Alaskan setting. Like that is so atmospheric that then I read that Debbie McComber one and I'm like, oh. That's a letdown. So
Yes, Ginger is gonna start reading cowboy Christmas romances.
Yay! Come to the dark side.
yeah.
Dolores Fosen.
Gosh.
Lori Foster.
Okay. One thing that you guys haven't mentioned is the Winter Street series by Ellen Hildebrand. Have you guys read that?
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah,
Oh my!
terrible.
You didn't like it?
No.
Oh
it's
my
so
gosh!
terrible.
I love it. My jaw is dropped.
I'm sorry.
Really? That's like my
I
favorite.
thought she only wrote summer books.
No,
Yeah, I know.
Winter books, yeah.
Yeah, this one follows a family named the Quinns, and it like comes back to them every Christmas, and I loved it. It was like I was traveling somewhere, and the 4th book came out, and so I made my husband go get a library card so he could get the book, and then so it would be here when I got home, and I loved it.
all of the characters are so insufferable. I just can't.
Couldn't do it, huh?
No, and I am not a particular fan of hers either. So
Oh, really?
Mm.
yeah, and
Yeah.
she always ends on a cliffhanger, and I'm like, why?
I know.
Yeah.
That's because of that series. I refuse to like start series until they're done for the most part, because like that series, I hated waiting, and it was so like, I just want to binge them all.
Yeah, I've been reading her latest series, which is set in Christmas time in St. John's, which is like a reminder, because that's how we spend Christmas, which was like tropical island, the beach, and whatnot. But I'm on book 2, book 3 should come out at some point. So next Christmas, and I'm like, it ends with a cliffhanger. Each one of them, like, you gotta wait another year, and be like,
Too long.
you may
That is
forget
too
what happened, what's going on, and so it's too long.
Yeah, definitely too long.
Ugh. I won't say any more. I'm gonna go on a whole rant.
That's funny. You need to start a booktube channel and then rant about it, and
Yeah.
let us watch if we want to.
I feel like she would come after me, her and her crew. So
Nah.
no.
Yeah. And then Sarah, I picked this one up because of you, A Magical Christmas by Heather Graham. I had never read
Oh, yeah.
any Heather
I have
Graham.
that one on my shelf.
Have you read it? Have you read it, Sarah? Sarah?
Yep.
I think she was
I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure. She has a couple of them, No, she has a couple of them, and they're supernatural. Sorry, my internet was cutting in and out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've read that one.
It's
Or was it the first Noel?
It's about a couple who's like they're kind of struggling, and they've got a couple kids, and then they go to like this kind of remote like cabin place, and there's some like supernatural paranormal stuff that happens, and it's like yeah. Then the end is really sweet.
It's on my shelf. I haven't read it yet. I've read 2 other Christmas ones by her, but not that one.
You should read it. It's good.
Okay.
Sarah, what's
I will.
her,
I'll try and get to this
on the
one.
title? What was the most recent Christmas novel in Rand Thane's Haven Point series? Angela, you might know it too. Y'all know, it's like Coming Home for Christmas or Coming Home.
Coming Home for Christmas.
Yes.
Was that the one where she
good?
left the family?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love that book.
I read that one last
It's one
year.
of those like they're already married books, and they have
Yes.
to find their
Yes.
ways back to each other. I loved it,
That was good.
and the cover is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
So all of those that are like a part of a bigger series, do you guys feel like you have to read the whole series to get to the Christmas book? No.
Some
Nope.
of them do. Like Virgin River, you may have to because they follow like different storylines. It's not just like all the same couple. Like it's not just one couple per book. There's like secondary characters,
Right.
and other
Yeah.
characters, and they just build up on each other. So it's like Virgin River, you may have to read the whole, go through the series.
I've been nervous to pick that up because I remember Sarah was reading it and she was talking about it in her video, and she's like, everybody always magically ends up pregnant in this.
Oh my God, I couldn't. I had to DNF the series. I couldn't do it anymore. It was so flippin' preachy on how motherhood is wonderful and kids are a delight and blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore.
I have a bunch of those on my shelf, and I'm like scared now because of that. I don't want.
And I'm not to say anything, but to be completely honest, as someone who doesn't have children for various reasons, I feel that series could be very difficult for someone to read who might be struggling with infertility issues because of how easily they just, they drink the water in town and they end up pregnant. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make light of it, but that's how I felt after reading a bunch of them.
Yeah.
That was just
Well,
me.
yeah. That's my concern.
Mhm.
Trying to think. I think I gave at least 3. Did I? Which do you guys like better, Christmas Sisters or Wedding in December? Have we all read all of those? Both those?
I like those sisters better.
I did too, Laura.
I think I'm gonna go Wedding in December.
I like the Christmas Sisters better, but I like the UK cover for A Wedding in December better.
Oh, like there's the scene in A Wedding in December when they catch the parents.
Yes,
Thing, I laughed so hard.
it's true.
There was like a parent, like I think it was the mom and the dad were having their conversation, and she was like finally explaining how she felt kind of unappreciated. I like highlighted that entire page. I was like, oh my gosh, Sarah Morgan is killing it with this animation.
Yep.
So you guys know I'm not big on Instagram at all, and so I posted a picture of me reading A Wedding in December, like by my Christmas tree, and Sarah Morgan commented back, and I was like, oh my gosh,
She's so amazing on Instagram. Like every time I tag her, she is so fantastic on Instagram.
it was crazy.
Yep.
If you haven't read Eve's story, you have to read it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I need to read that whole series. I am trying to collect them.
A delight.
Yeah. Well, what is on your TBR for the rest of the month? Christmassy.
Definitely my Megan Squires, Jane Porter. I didn't finish the book that I started by her last year. And I've been on the prowl for some novellas. I got You Can't Ruin Christmas. I don't know who it's by, Olivia somebody. And then 12 Dates of Christmas. I just downloaded 2 novellas last night. So.
Awesome.
And Stocking Stuffers, because Lacey's into that.
Yeah. That was Alana that was talking about that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But That sounds fun. Some Christmas smut.
Yes. Take it up.
So I have the holidays new book, a Christmas for Princess or Princess for Christmas or something like that. It's a royal bodyguard Christmas book. So
Okay.
Cool. You guys, Angela or anybody or Laura, do you guys have anything specific on your TBR? Cool.
Nice.
Wow.
Christmas book.
It's
We'll consider.
So,
I have a Chase for Christmas by Candace Shaw on my list. Shades and Pages. She's been giving me like a ton of Black romance Christmas recommendations. So I've been loving that. So that one was one she recommended to me. I'm like looking through I know I have a couple of others. I have some 2020 Cowboy Christmas that I requested that I got. So I'm going to check out one of those.
Laura, are you the only one that's read in a holidays? Has anybody else?
I want it so badly. I would give
know.
up my firstborn if I had children.
I have it and I haven't read it yet. I'm like holding off.
I'm like, it's like Christmas and Groundhog Day all together. I need to read this book.
Yeah.
I'm just nervous because their last couple of releases.
No, see, but I liked okay, I didn't like Twice in a Blue Moon, but I really enjoyed The Honey Don't List.
Yeah. I think The Honey Don't List is a good women's fiction, but if you go into it for the romance, you'll be disappointed.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I just did a Christina Lauren author binge. I think the video comes out tomorrow, so spoiler. But I like really want to read in a holidays now because I have mixed feelings on them. Like they're just kind of all over the board. They don't stay in one lane at all. So they're just like all over the board with, I don't know if I like them or not.
yeah, this one was an interesting departure. Like there's a question about who she picks and whatnot because she relives like her Christmas vacation a couple times. So you're trying to figure out what's sex, what doesn't sex. So it was an interesting departure. It was cute. It was a cute Christmas book, and it's like there's a lot of family. There's snowball fights. There's like flooding, and so it's very Christmassy. But it's definitely, yeah. There's like some questions and like, who's she gonna pick?
Yeah.
How's she gonna Will she time travel again? So.
I love time travel, so I'm excited.
Bree, have you read The Dream Daughter by Diane Chamberlain?
I have not.
I have. That's
You need to read it. If you like time travel, you need to read it.
I love time travel.
And it'll just like, it'll get your mama heart. Oh, it's just so good.
That one is so good.
I don't know that I've heard anybody that doesn't like it. Very good.
I don't think so.
Well, I guess that's all we've got.
Merry
Thank you, guys.
Christmas in July, everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas in July.
There's still like half the month left. So
Yeah.
I know.
Yay.
It's only the
Not
17th.
missed out.
So yeah.
Serve some Christmas.
That's right.
Yep. I will link everybody down below once this is on YouTube done. And I'll link everybody. And so we can follow Instagram, and we want to see you guys' TBRs and what you're reading and what you're watching. All of that. So share it on Instagram, in the comments below, anywhere. So thank you guys all for coming on, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.